All right, class. Good morning. It's Mr. Mack, and today we'll be learning about reading food labels. Very important part of our day-to-day lives. Very important part of every time I pretty much shop or want to go get a snack at a little grocery or a gas station if I'm on the road. So kind of just knows what you want to put in your body. So take a look. So why do food labels matter? So food labels help us make good, informed choices in our food selection. Everything, and then they show everything that is going to be in the food. So everything under this nutrition facts part, both sides, no matter what they look like, it says nutrition facts, everything under there is what will be in there. And some instances, like this Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it'll have your nutrition fact sheet right there. And then it'll have a little message, and then it'll have your ingredients also down there again to see what it's made up of right underneath the nutrition facts list. And then also on this, it has the vitamins and minerals that are in there as well, and it gives it in Spanish as well, which is pretty nice. I think I was out of the camera shot right there, so I'm sorry about that. Oh wait, no, you're right here. You're nice. So and then why does it matter? Knowing what to look for can help us make the healthy food choices when we're choosing an option. So, like when I'm going into a store, so say I might want to look for something a little bit higher in protein, like a little beef steak or something, want to get those muscles up, get pretty nice and big and strong. And then some food labels may be harder to find than others on others packaging. So, if like this chip one is nice and easy, just go wha-bam, right behind, right on the back side, nice and easy. Same thing with this Jif peanut butter. Got the label right here. Flip it around. Oops, don't screw it. Right on the top, right on the side. And then a lot for these box ones. You got this part. You can look right on the side. It's probably a good spot to look for it first, and then some instances might be in the bottom or on the back side where the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Man is. And then with a lot of drinks and stuff. So I got a Gatorade in Arizona. It'll be right here. Sometimes maybe a little bit hard to see. Got a little Arnold Palmer right here. Big fan. So we'll go here. A little bit harder to see sometimes. Let me pass those around. Oh, and then some can be the misleading part. There can be some misleading, but we'll talk about that in a second. How that one is just one column per serving size, and then the other one has per serving size and per container. So parts to focus on when we're looking at the food labels to start off with. Like I just said, serving size, always the first thing you want to look for when you're looking at the food label. Some can be misleading. So when you're up top there, right in the nutrition facts, it'll be the serving size. In serving size per container, this one on this example is 8. And then it'll be right below, so our serving size, make it easy. And then it's kind of the updated part where it says 2/3 cups. So for this case, use this peanut butter as an example. We got here the nutrition facts. Look here, it says about 14 servings or serving size 2 tablespoons. So if you look at that, 14 times 2, there's 28 tablespoons of peanut butter in here. So each time, so say if I'm making a PB&J and I want to be the exact amount to this nutrition facts, I will have to put 2 tablespoons. Tablespoon, top it off, put it on the bread. Another one, top it off. And that's how I know it's the exact amount here. But then we also got to look for, if we want to multiply that, we can just multiply that by each time. So if I wanted 4 tablespoons of peanut butter, or say this is peanut butter. If I wanted to have 2/3 cups of peanut butter and I wanted to have 2 of those, it'd be 2 serving sizes. So each one of these numbers will be multiplied by 2. So it'll be 16 total grams of fat. It'll be just still 0 cholesterol, 320 milligrams of sodium, so on and so forth. Another thing we want to look for is our calorie intake. Very important for our energy balance. If we want to be super energetic, super tired. I know if I don't eat a lot during a baseball game, I get a little bit tired. So I need to get those calories going, get my energy up. So that will be very big, probably the biggest letters on there other than the nutrition facts part. The calories right under there, it's 230s, big, large amount. And then nutrients to limit, we want to limit the trans fat, large amounts of sodium, and added sugars. And then fats will be right up here, right under the total fat. Be nice and easy. Most of the time, separated in two. It'll be the saturated fat and the trans fat. For this case, total fat 8 grams. Only 1 gram of it is saturated fat, and 0 grams of it is trans fat. So we might have some monosaturated fat, some polysaturated as well. And then some nutrients that we want to get more of will be fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals. So for our fiber and with our added sugars, they will go into a total carbohydrate intake amount. So when we're looking at nutrition facts, go down to total carbohydrate, you always gotta think, wow, it's a lot of carbs. Like, oh, the sugar. If it's a high in sugar thing, just like this Gatorade, what was this? If total carbohydrates 36, total sugars 34, includes added sugars 34. That's a lot. And then protein, most of the time will be right at the bottom, 3 grams. Sometimes it's 9%, sometimes it won't, because that one varies a lot on people. But then at the bottom, it'll be our vitamins, minerals, seeing what we have. Something I want to look for a lot, if I'm feeling a little dehydrated, want to get hydrated for a workout or a game, I will look for like potassium, vitamins, and then make sure there might be a little bit of sodium in there as well. And that's when we just want a little bit, not a lot. So those high sodium is kind of when we soak in stuff, keep on that water weight, and get a little bit too much. So, and then we also have at the bottom a little message that I'll read from this chip bag. It says, the daily value tells you how much of a nutrient in a serving food, or the percent daily value, DV, tells you how much a nutrient in a serving of food contributes to a daily diet. 2,000 calories a day is used for general nutrition advice. So when they say 2,000 calories, that means kind of like an average diet for everyone. And that's kind of a hard number to find out. So everybody's different. Depends height, weight, your metabolism rate, how much activity you do during the day, and it's a lot. So nobody really knows the exact amount. But once you start tracking your calories and stuff, kind of tracking what you're eating, that's when you kind of figure out what your body does when you eat a certain amount of food. But when it talks about the daily value, so if you ate 2,000 calories per day, and this 8 grams of fat is 10% of your daily intake. So my daily intake, because I need to eat more than 2,000 calories a day, because I'm in season right now, just burning calories all the time. Since I need to eat more, so if this person's 8 grams of fat is 10% of their diet, it might be 4% of my diet, and it might be 2% of an NFL player's diet, and the computer diet. Oh, no, it just went to sleep real quick, so that's good. Okay, yeah, it didn't die. That would have been bad. What were we talking about? Daily values, percentage, daily value. Will be there. The daily value. So my NFL football player might be 1% of his daily intake for grams for fat. So it's different for everybody. So making sure that when we track our calories, that's kind of how we figure out how our body responds to those certain amounts. And then in some cases, also underneath that nutrition fact sheet, so it'll be a nutrition fact sheet, and then right under it'll say what ingredients is made up of it. So in this one, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, we've got the ingredients right under that, and then it's have vitamins and minerals, and then also has some Spanish in there as well. So got that for anybody that needs that. And then we'll have a little video to talk about some of the stuff we just did.
Nutrition labels allow us to make educated choices about what we eat. They include serving size, calories, percentage of daily value, and the 13 core nutrients. Let's break down the nutrition label a bit more. The serving size is at the top of the nutrition label. All of the information on the label is based on this amount, so we need to ensure that we compare this to the amount of food we actually eat. For example, eating a whole bag of chips when the serving size is for 10 chips, spoiler alert, the portion size on the label is usually quite small and less than most people would eat. Moving on to calories. The number of calories listed is based on the serving size. If you have more than the suggested serving size, the calories will be higher. If you have less, calories will be lower. Remember, not all calories are created equal. Empty calories, void of nutrition and full of chemicals and preservatives, bog down the body and add up quick. Clean whole foods are lower in calories and much higher in nutrients and fiber. We need to take other things into consideration when choosing foods, like the percentage of daily value. This tells us how much of a nutrient the food contains. 5% of daily value or less is considered little of a nutrient. and 15% of the daily value or more is considered a lot. Nutrients to look for include fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, iron, and calcium. On the flip side, nutrients to consume in moderation include trans fats, sodium, and sugars. Let's take a look at the nutrition labels for two similar products and see how they stack up. By comparing these two cereal labels, let's figure out which option is the healthier choice. First, check the serving size. Is it the same for both products? Moving on to calories. Product 1 has 110 calories per serving, while product 2 has 120. Now, look at the percent of daily value and see which nutrients each product is high and low in. Product 1 has 16 grams of sugar per serving, 1 gram of fiber, and 2 grams of protein. Product 2 has 7 grams of sugar per serving, 3 grams of fiber, and 10 grams of protein. Even though product 1 has 10 less calories, product 2 is the healthier choice. It has 5 times the protein, 10 grams versus 2 grams, which will satiate you and help to rebuild working muscles. It also has triple the fiber, which will aid in digestion and help you feel full longer. Product 2 also has less than half of the sugar. There are some foods that don't require a label, including fresh fruits and vegetables, raw meat, poultry, fish and seafood, foods prepared in the store like bakery items and store-made salads, foods that contain few nutrients like tea, coffee, and alcohol. Ultimately, the information on a nutrition label is there to help us make informed decisions about what we eat. We hope this tutorial has been helpful and makes reading a nutrition label a little bit easier.
Alright, so just before we end, got some quick tips for some good healthy food choices for you guys. Stuff that I might do. So, like I said, make sure to always look at your label and not to trust the natural and low fat labeling. So this is a perfect example. It's kind of why I brought it out. I'm a big kettle chip guy, so when I looked at these, I saw 4% less fat. I'm like, alright, sweet. And then I had to do a little investigation. So it says 4% less fat, asterisk, then the lean potato chip. So they had to base it off something, so it's probably like a Lay's potato chip. You guys ever heard of Lay's? It's kind of a popular place, kind of a popular chip. And then it says nothing else added fat-wise. And then I went on the back, made sure and looked at the total fat, compared it to the Lay's, which I thought was the leading brand, and also compared it to other brands that there were kettle chips, and that was less fat. So went with that one. And then, like I've said multiple times, compare the labels when you're looking at food in the store, gas station. Just an easy thing to know what's going on in what's going into your body and how you're fueling it, and if you're fueling it properly. And then an easy rule is the less things on the label you're not familiar with, the better. So, for example, this Gatorade, I'm a big Gatorade guy, Gatorade connoisseur. It has sodium citrate, monopotassium phosphate, modified fluid starch, glycerol, ester of rosin. Don't really know what that is. Should I be putting a lot of it in my body? Probably not. And then same thing here. I have a bunch of different things like maltodextrin, dextrose, trisodium phosphate, soy lecithin. And I can't even read these words, so I probably don't want to be putting a lot of it in my body, but if it's good, moderation. So, and then a good thing to know too is to track your calories and food choices in apps like MyFitnessPal and MyPlate. It's a really easy thing to do. You just eat something, you're like, oh, cheeseburger from McDonald's. Oh, pop right up. Or I just ate 2 bananas and a bagel with cream cheese. And it'll pop up, kind of like a rough estimate of the calories and stuff. That's a nice, easy thing. Or if you want to get very into it, you can weigh your items, make sure you have this perfect amount. But, alright, that's it. So now it's time to take this information out of class into your guys' daily lives. I hope you guys kind of utilize this to make sure you guys know what you're putting into your body to fuel it, and you guys know what to kind of expect out of it. So, hope you guys have a good rest of your day.